We've all dreamed of being rich. But the truth is, wealth doesn't come from chance. It comes from habits, daily choices, micro decisions. Today, I'm revealing 10 powerful habits that the world's wealthiest people practice every single day, and how you can apply them in your life right now. One of the most fundamental habits that separates wealthy individuals from the average person is how they choose to allocate their income. While most people tend to spend first, like buying new clothes, gadgets, or experiences, wealthy people do the opposite. They prioritize investing a significant portion of their income before making any discretionary purchases. Their mindset is simple: make your money work for you before you work for your desires. These investments come in many forms: stocks, real estate, businesses, or financial instruments like bonds and funds. The goal is to build assets that generate passive income, meaning money that flows in regularly without the need for constant effort. By investing first, wealthy individuals create a financial engine that grows over time and then eventually funds their lifestyle. This long-term thinking allows them to accumulate wealth steadily while reducing dependence on active income. What's even more important is the mindset behind this habit. Wealthy people view every dollar as a seed, not a reward. Instead of asking, "What can I buy with this?" they ask, "How can I grow this?" This perspective drives them to delay gratification, live within their means, and build a financial base that compounds over time. It's not about being frugal, it's about being strategic and seeing money as a tool for expansion, not just consumption. Eventually, when their investments start producing steady returns, they use those returns to fund their lifestyle upgrades. Luxury cars, dream homes, exotic vacations, and more. In other words, they let their assets pay for their lifestyle, not their salaries. This is the essence of sustainable wealth: living off the returns of your investments while keeping your capital intact. It's a habit that takes discipline upfront but pays dividends for life. Wealthy individuals understand a truth that many overlook: time is the most valuable asset they possess. Unlike money, time cannot be earned back, borrowed, or saved. Once it's gone forever. That's why highly wealthy people are extremely protective of their time. They constantly seek ways to buy back their hours through smart delegation, automation, and strategic decision-making. Rather than trying to do everything themselves, the rich surround themselves with skilled professionals such as assistants, managers, consultants who help take care of lower-value tasks. This allows them to focus their energy on high-leverage activities that actually generate wealth: thinking, creating, negotiating, and making impactful decisions. To them, spending money to save time is not an expense. It's an investment in clarity, focus, and future returns. This habit is also reflected in how they approach opportunities. Wealthy people are selective about how they spend their time and who they spend it with. They guard their calendars carefully and often say no more than they say yes. Every meeting, call, or project is evaluated based on the potential return on time wrought. They understand that wasting time, even in small increments, can cost far more than wasting money. Ultimately, this mindset creates a powerful shift. Instead of trading time for money like most people do, the wealthy use money to free up time and then use that time to create even more money and freedom. This is a foundational principle of wealth building. Treat time as your most precious currency, and everything else will follow. It's not just about working harder, but working smarter with time as your compass. Highly wealthy individuals are lifelong learners. They understand that the world is constantly changing. Markets shift, technology evolves, and industries rise and fall. To stay ahead, they commit to continuous education, not just in formal settings, but through books, podcasts, mentors, and experiences. They believe that knowledge is one of the most powerful forms of capital, and the more they know, the better decisions they can make. Unlike the average person who may stop learning after formal schooling, wealthy people treat learning as a daily habit. They often read extensively biographies, finance books, history, psychology, and business strategy. Many of them also invest in personal development through coaching, masterminds, or high-level seminars. They are not afraid to pay for access to knowledge that can give them an edge or help them avoid costly mistakes. This commitment to learning is also rooted in humility. Wealthy people understand that they don't know everything and they don't pretend to. Instead, they constantly ask questions, seek advice, and remain curious. This mindset allows them to adapt quickly, see opportunities others miss, and stay resilient in the face of challenges. They treat failures and setbacks as lessons, not defeats, which only makes them smarter over time. Ultimately, this habit of lifelong learning becomes a compounding advantage. Just like money compounds with smart investment, knowledge compounds with consistent learning. Over years, this gives wealthy individuals an intellectual edge that often translates directly into financial growth. In a world where information is power, the rich invest heavily in keeping their minds sharp and future-ready. One of the core habits of wealthy individuals is that they never rely on a single source of income. They understand that depending on just one paycheck, no matter how large, is financially risky. Instead, they focus on building multiple streams of income so that if one source slows down or fails, others continue to flow. This approach creates stability, freedom, and long-term security. These income streams can come from a variety of sources: real estate rental income, dividends from stocks, business profits, royalties, digital products, and more. Some are active, like running a business, while others are passive, like earning from investments or licensing intellectual property. The key is diversification, spreading their earning potential across different sectors and risk levels so they aren't vulnerable to one single failure point. This strategy also allows the wealthy to scale their wealth much faster. Instead of only trading time for money, they create systems and assets that earn money around the clock, even while they sleep. For example, an investor might earn dividends monthly, rent income quarterly, and business profits annually, all while growing the value of their assets. Over time, these streams add up and build momentum, allowing them to reinvest and multiply their gains. More importantly, having multiple streams of income gives them freedom of choice. To work on what they love, to take risks without fear, and to walk away from situations that no longer serve them. It's not just about making more money, it's about creating a life that's stable, flexible, and empowered. This is why building diverse income channels is a non-negotiable habit among the truly wealthy. Wealthy people play the long game. Unlike most people who chase quick wins or instant gratification, the rich make decisions based on where they want to be in 10, 20, or even 50 years. This long-term thinking shapes how they invest, how they build businesses, and how they manage their time and energy. They understand that meaningful wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent, intentional effort over time. This mindset affects everything from their spending habits to their investment strategies. For example, instead of buying a flashy car today, they might invest in a business that can fund 10 cars in the future. They ask themselves, will this decision serve me years from now? That future-focused thinking keeps them disciplined, patient, and strategic, even when short-term temptations or market fluctuations arise. Thinking in decades also helps the wealthy stay calm during economic downturns or personal setbacks. They know that short-term losses are often temporary, and what matters most is the long-term trend. Because of this, they're less reactive and more focused on consistency. Whether that's consistently investing, learning, networking, or building assets that appreciate over time. Ultimately, this habit gives them a powerful advantage: compound growth. Whether it's financial investments, personal growth, or reputation, everything compounds with time. Wealthy people understand that the longer you let something grow, the more exponential the rewards become. That's why they're not just thinking about today, they're building legacies for tomorrow. Contrary to popular belief, wealthy people are not always debt-free. In fact, many of them actively use debt as a financial tool, but they do so strategically. While the average person uses debt to buy liabilities like cars or consumer goods, the wealthy use debt to acquire assets that generate income or appreciate in value. This is the key difference between bad debt and good debt. Good debt is money borrowed to make more money. For example, a wealthy investor might use a mortgage to purchase a rental property that produces monthly income. Or a business owner might take out a loan to expand operations, hire more staff, and increase profits. In both cases, debt is leveraged to create cash flow and grow wealth, rather than drain it. This kind of smart borrowing allows them to scale faster without relying solely on their own capital. Moreover, the wealthy understand how to structure debt to minimize risk and maximize tax efficiency. They might use low-interest loans, lines of credit, or asset-backed borrowing to free up cash for high-return opportunities. In many countries, interest on certain types of debt is even tax-deductible. Another advantage that the rich often exploit with the help of financial advisors and tax strategists. Ultimately, their approach to debt is rooted in financial education and discipline. Wealthy people don't fear debt, they understand it, control it, and use it to their advantage. Instead of asking, "Can I afford the payment?" they ask, "Will this debt increase my net worth or income?" That's a powerful mindset shift, one that separates the financially free from the financially stuck. Wealthy people understand that environment is everything, and that includes the people they spend time with. One of their most powerful habits is surrounding themselves with high achievers, visionaries, problem solvers, and optimists. They know that being in the right circle can accelerate growth, spark new ideas, and open doors to opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. There's a well-known saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Wealthy individuals take this seriously. They intentionally build networks that challenge them, inspire them, and hold them accountable. Whether it's mentors who've already walked the path, business partners with complementary strengths, or friends who think big, they choose relationships that support long-term success, not instant comfort. These relationships are often not just social, they're strategic. Wealthy people actively join mastermind groups, investment clubs, private forums, or industry-specific circles where high-level conversations happen. They understand that proximity to people with knowledge, capital, or influence can change the trajectory of their goals. These connections often lead to collaborations, insider insights, and deals that the average person never even hears about. More importantly, being around other winners shifts mindset. When everyone around you is building something great, you naturally raise your standards. You think bigger, take smarter risks, and stay focused on excellence. For the wealthy, their network is not just a support system. It's an asset that compounds over time, just like money does. Wealthy people don't just work hard, they work smart. One of the key ways they multiply their productivity and protect their time is by building systems and leveraging automation. Instead of doing everything manually, they create processes that run consistently with minimal effort. Whether it's in business, investing, or daily routines, systems allow them to scale their success without being trapped in constant busywork. In business, this might look like automated sales funnels, outsourcing operations, or using software to handle repetitive tasks. In personal finance, it could be setting up automatic investments, bill payments, or savings contributions. These systems remove emotion, reduce human error, and ensure that good habits happen consistently, even on autopilot. It's not about being lazy, it's about being efficient. The wealthy understand that time and attention are limited resources. By using automation, they free themselves to focus on high-value activities like strategizing, innovating, or making key decisions. Rather than micromanaging every part of their lives, they design workflows that function independently. This not only saves time, but also reduces stress and decision fatigue, two things that can quietly kill progress. Ultimately, systems and automation allow the rich to scale their impact. Whether it's growing a company or managing a portfolio, they know that success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less of the right things, better and smarter. For the wealthy, freedom doesn't mean doing nothing. It means having the choice to do only what truly matters. One of the biggest mindset differences between the wealthy and everyone else is their focus on ownership. While many people chase high-paying jobs or short-term income, the rich prioritize owning things, businesses, real estate, stocks, intellectual property, and more. They understand that true wealth comes from owning appreciating assets that generate income long after the work is done. Ownership creates leverage. For example, a person who owns a company benefits not just from a salary, but from the profits, equity, and long-term value of the business. Similarly, owning stock in a successful company means benefiting from its growth without needing to be involved day to day. Over time, these forms of ownership can provide exponential returns that far surpass what any paycheck could offer. This is why many wealthy individuals would rather own 10% of something scalable than 100% of their time. They understand the power of equity, that a share in something valuable is often worth far more than immediate cash. Whether it's startup shares, property investments, or licensing a creative work, ownership means earning even when they're not actively working. Ultimately, this focus on ownership gives them financial independence and control. They're not just working for money, they're building assets that work for them. It's a long-term play, but one that pays off massively. For the wealthy, the question is never just how much did I earn this month? It's what do I own and what is it earning for me? Wealthy individuals have a unique ability to remain calm and clear-headed during times of crisis. Whether it's a market crash, a business failure, or a global recession, they don't panic or make emotional decisions. Instead, they rely on preparation, data, and long-term thinking to guide their actions. This emotional control is not just a personality trait. It's a trained skill that plays a major role in building and preserving wealth. In contrast to the average person who might sell off investments out of fear or make impulsive financial moves, the wealthy often see crisis as an opportunity. When prices fall, they look for undervalued assets. When others retreat, they position themselves to advance. Their ability to detach emotion from money allows them to act strategically when everyone else is reacting emotionally. This gives them a huge edge when others are losing control. This calm mindset is often backed by preparation. Wealthy people typically keep emergency funds, diversified portfolios, and risk management plans in place long before a crisis hits. They also surround themselves with advisors, financial, legal, and strategic, who help them navigate turbulence wisely. So while others are caught off guard, the rich often already have a playbook ready. Ultimately, their calmness isn't about ignoring risk. It's about respecting risk without being ruled by it. They understand that volatility is part of the journey, and instead of fearing it, they train themselves to stay grounded, analyze the situation, and make moves that protect or grow their position. In times of crisis, they don't just survive, they often come out stronger. Habits are powerful. They can build your life or destroy it. These 10 habits aren't secrets. But the difference is, the wealthy live them every single day. Now the question is, will you? Which one of these habits will you start today? Leave a comment below. And if you're serious about wealth, not just in money, but in mindset, make sure to subscribe. This is the Luxe Insider, where the pursuit of luxury meets the art of living well.